What's up, team? Yeah, you're really seeing this. So, Nate's been an IU fan for your whole life.
Whole life.
And I've been a foolish Notre Dame fan. And we have a wager that we wanted to inform you of that's taking place Saturday night. Cause what do you?
I feel like this is what you're gonna see. I'm just trying to see what you look like.
I hope not.
Red
Oh,
and
my
white.
goodness. If Notre Dame loses to a basketball team, that's going to be really embarrassing. Okay.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
So you know what? I didn't get there. We got to try to do both. Can it do both? No, probably not. So, Nate, what's the wager?
After services on Saturday, Ben is gonna wear this after Indiana wins on Friday.
Or
I can't wait.
Or after Notre Dame wins, Nate's going to try to squeeze into this really tight helmet, or at least carry it and have to strum the Notre Dame fight song in the lobby after the service. Mm-hmm. So, good luck.
I'm not even going to learn the song.
You know how my last wager went?
I know.
I was wearing a Broncos jersey around the office. So, you're in good shape, all right? But just wanted you to know that if you see something weird, now you know that if their helmets get ripped off, it probably really hurts. So thanks, Nate. I thought you'd enjoy to see that.
Go Hoosiers!
Oh, get out of here. We close the door on the way out. So, is that Casey playing the Indiana? Casey, now that she's retired, she's turned on me. She doesn't care about me anymore. It is Christmas week, and there's a whole lot going on. Playoff football, and bowl games. I know some of you are like, sports ball, who cares? One quick update that I wanted to extend to you is we got our survey results back from At the Movies. If you want to hit pause and take some guesses on the top movie, top 5, that order, those of you that like those sorts of things, go ahead and write it down. See if you're right, and then I'll give you 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't hit pause by now, it's your fault. Number 1 movie at 35% fan favorite, overall rating of 4.60 out of 5 is The Boys in the Boat. It was a huge winner. Number 2, what's your guess? At a 20% rating, at a 4.41 overall rating, very high. The Family Plan with Mark Wahlberg. That's right. Number 3, some of you are doing great. You're on par. Number 3, at a 14% of our survey responders said this was their favorite. At a 3.39, really close to Family Plan, Air. That's right, with Jordan and Jordan's mom. And the last place tie for fan favorite, 12% of our survey responders said that these two different 12%, but this came in at 12% of people said this was their favorite, News of the World and Lego Batman. News of the World was rated 4.2 out of 5 overall, and Lego Batman was 3.77. I figured there would be some people who were like, I don't like cartoons, but it was still a risk worth taking. If you haven't watched the movie, I'd highly recommend it. 6% of our survey responders did not attend at the movies, which is awesome. It was a baptism weekend. Love the engagement. We'll give you more results after the first of the year. But it is Christmas week, and it's hard for me to believe that it's here this Saturday. It's time. And so a couple of things that I am thinking about to prepare for this weekend. And one of them is I just asked for some more invite cards. I mean, at this point, yes, we want them for this weekend, but I'm going to be taking them to my men's group on Thursday, and I'm going to keep them with me. I just invited Kathy at the dry cleaner again, and I left a little pile of Cedar Creek Christmas invites on the counter. She let me do that. And just in hopes that God's Spirit would use that, because as the campus pastor said last weekend, man, God's Spirit can produce wonder through you when you trust Him. And so I'm excited to see how God's going to grow our church, not just in the people that attend, but in people seeing themselves, not counting themselves out of being used by God. And so one of the verses that came to mind this week, as I was preparing, I'm reading through the Bible. Again, I'm using Tara Lee Cobble's Bible recap, and I finished Romans the other day, and there's this verse that just kind of popped off the page at me. I've read it before, but here's what he says. You can follow along if you want. Romans 15, verse 20. My ambition has always been to preach the good news. My ambition, my passion, my focus, Paul is writing, has always been to preach the gospel where the name of Christ has never been heard, rather than where a church has already been started by someone else. I've been following the plan spoken in the scriptures where it says, those who have never been told about him will see, and those who've never heard of him will understand. And so that's Paul's ambition, his focus. Now, that doesn't mean he never talked to Christians. All of the epistles were written to Christians. It doesn't mean he never visited churches that already existed. He did that all the time. But his focus, his top priority were Jesus' last words, to go into all nations, telling people about Jesus, teaching people about him everywhere. And so what I love about Christmas is it is our opportunity to do that, to really pray and ask God to bring unchurched, people who've given up on church, people who've quit church, people who've never been to church, an opportunity to see him and to understand the gospel. And so I would ask that you make that your prayer through the remainder of the week as we prepare for Christmas. I know Liz has got us projected around 18,000. The weather looks like it's going to cooperate with us. And so I'm excited to see what God does. And yes, the numbers are valuable and important to celebrate, but the truth is we're going to see people showing up for the very first time. And I can't wait to see how God, you get to be a part of the story that God is writing. Make sure you pass that on to your team, galvanize your team, get them excited. And then also, as we step into the weekend, take a little bit of space to ask God to help you not miss what he has for you. In the midst of all that Paul put out for people, trying to connect with people and reach new people, it doesn't mean he was so busy doing that he missed what God was trying to do in him. And that's my prayer for you, is that you would also sense the work God is hoping to do in you this Christmas. And so take some time to spiritually connect with him, refresh before the Christmas output, and then reconnect with him in that little break that we get after the Christmas Eve services. Love you guys. Can't wait to hear your stories when we get back together or through the weekend. And I'm cheering for you.